All right, let's get into it. Today, we're staging the ultimate face-off. GPT-4, one of the most powerful AIs ever built, going head-to-head with that incredible supercomputer you've got right between your ears.
So let's just cut right to the chase. Is AI actually, officially bigger than your brain? Now, on the surface, the answer to that might genuinely surprise you.
Get a load of this. This is the number that started the whole conversation. GPT-4 has about 20 times more parameters than your brain has neurons. You heard me right, 20 times. That's a crazy figure that makes it seem like AI has just completely blown past us in terms of sheer scale.
You know, this massive jump in AI size is a really recent thing. For years and years, the human brain was just completely in another league. But to really get what's happening now, we've got to dig into the numbers that are kicking up all this dust.
Okay, let's look at the raw stats. On one side, you've got GPT-4, which experts estimate is working with about 1.8 trillion parameters. And in the other corner, we've got the human brain, which we now know has around 86 billion neurons. So at first glance, yeah, it looks like a total knockout for AI. But this is exactly where that simple comparison just completely breaks down.
Yeah, because comparing an AI parameter to a brain cell, it's not just apples and oranges. It's more like comparing a single Lego brick to an entire living city that can rebuild itself. It's just a totally wrong way to think about how these two systems actually work.
So this is the absolute key takeaway. Parameters are not neurons. And what's even more important is that just counting up the number of neurons doesn't even begin to tell you how powerful the brain really is. Not even close.
To really understand the brain's power, you have to look at something called the synapse. See, a synapse isn't the neuron itself, it's the connection between the neurons. This is where all the action happens. Learning, memory, you name it. The number of synapses, that's the real measure of the brain's mind-blowing complexity. And just how complex is that network? Well, the human brain is estimated to have up to 500 times trillion of these connections. Just let that number sink in for a minute. All of a sudden, GPT-4's 1.8 trillion parameters don't look so huge anymore, do they? Your brain could have up to 300 times more connections. The whole game just flipped.
So, okay, the brain wins on raw connectivity, hands down. But that's just the start. It has a few other secret weapons where biology just completely and totally dominates artificial intelligence.
First on the list, energy. GPT-4 is running in these massive data centers, guzzling thousands of watts of power. Your brain? It performs all its miracles on just 20 watts. 20. That means your brain is something like 1,000 times more energy efficient. It's unbelievable.
You know, as researchers at Stanford put it, the brain does all of this incredible work using about the same amount of power as a dim light bulb. It is, without a doubt, the most sophisticated and efficient computer we know of.
And then you've got how we learn. Training GPT-4 was a one-time thing that cost over $100 million. And after that, it's basically a snapshot, frozen in time. Your brain, though, is a living system. It's learning, adapting, and rewiring itself every single second of every day, for free. So it's pretty clear this isn't just a battle of big numbers. The deeper we go, the more this becomes a question about what we actually mean when we say the word intelligence. It's time to zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
This little scorecard puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? GPT-4 gets the trophy for raw parameters, that first kind of misleading number we started with. But the human brain absolutely dominates in connectivity, energy efficiency, and its ability to learn its entire life. On the metrics that really count for intelligence, it's not even a contest. But honestly, the biggest difference of all might not be something you can put on a scorecard. It's the understanding gap. GPT-4 is a master at spotting statistical patterns. It is brilliant. I mean, truly brilliant at predicting the next word in a sentence. But it doesn't really get what it's saying. The human brain has what scientists call embodied understanding. It's like this: your brain doesn't just know the definition of cold from a book. It has actually felt cold. That lived experience creates a kind of deep knowledge that AI just can't touch right now.
So the whole point here is that we are dealing with two completely different kinds of intelligence. And that means the future isn't about one replacing the other. It has to be about collaboration.
And that brings us to the final thought, the real takeaway from all this. The debate isn't about who's smarter or who wins. That's the wrong question. The real question we all need to be asking is, how do we combine the brain's incredible efficiency and deep lived understanding with AI's awesome scale and pattern matching skills. Because figuring that out, well, that is going to define our future.